Letter to Mama Bear. Short story. Our friend sat on the same bench in the same park at the same time of the day. He said nothing. He did nothing. He didn't even look at his phone. He just clicked the mute button as he sat down, only to unclick it when he got up to leave. Same today, same as yesterday, same as the day before. Hello there. I want to thank you for being my bench partner for the past 3 months. An old man on the same bench said. He didn't turn to face our friend or try to make any eye contact. That makes the two of them. Just two strangers on a bench, one is looking at the void and one is speaking to it. The old man said, I can feel that your chest is loaded. It's your heavy breathing that first caught my attention to you. You're unhappy, you feel stuck, you have no one to talk to, which is good because you don't want to talk. Nothing changes anyways, and the time spent to express yourself is always wasted because no matter how much you try, no one gets it. Our friend sighed and got up to leave. Please don't leave. Just think about it. Where will you go? To another bench? To another park? Maybe to your car? True, you may enjoy more solitude there, but is this how the rest of your life is gonna be? Another sigh before our friend looked the old man over and sat back. I'm not a fortune teller or psychic. I'm you in the future if you choose to keep coming here and sitting like that. Not fun, I gotta tell you. Quiet? Maybe. But where is the escape from the mind that only gets louder during these hours of solitude? Look, I'm not really interested in your unsolicited sage advice or your life story or your analysis of me or your interruption of my time. So please mind your business and let me mind mine. Write a letter. What? Write a letter with all that you've been carrying around. Express yourself fully. Send the letter and move on. The old man got up and left. After saying those words, write a letter with all that you've been carrying around, express yourself fully, send the letter, and move on. While our friend remained on the bench puzzled, write a letter. She walked into the quiet living room and next to her medicine bottle she found an envelope addressed to Mom. Dear Mom, please sit down because this could take a while. Thank you for all that you have done for me and my brothers all your life. We love you. Thank you for letting me stay with you this past year when my marriage closed up on me. See, Mom, there are a lot of things that I misunderstood, which dictated my decisions and behavior this past year and rendered me quite depressed. I thought since you and I had a great mother-son relationship that I could open up to you about the problems I was having at home with my wife. I was really seeking wisdom from someone who have lived longer and seen plenty and overcame a lot. But I was wrong. Because you are my mother. And your mother's instinct kicked in and you gave me nothing close to wisdom. You rushed towards me like a mama bear who wanted to protect her cub, and you hated my wife and anyone who sided with her. You strengthened all my anger towards her and you ridiculed all her needs. You supported my decisions and behavior without helping me stay accountable to my role in the conflict. I used your validation and built a wall inside my heart, caused more damage. If my marriage had a strong hiccup when I first showed up at your doorstep, it's now in the emergency unit in an ugly coma after many seizures along the way. I thought that I was the poor husband who deserved better and that I did all that I could, but I was wrong. Any conflict or disagreement in any relationship is usually carried out by both parties. They will take turns in who acts and who reacts, like one ugly passive-aggressive or aggressive-aggressive boxing match. She may have gone out of line as far as I am concerned, and according to my standards, but communicating about it in a civil way without being too emotional might have steered us in the right direction. I wasn't ready to admit that I contributed to the conflict, because admitting that would have threatened a lot of the beliefs I grew up on, and my emotions were way bigger than my ability to hold a series of civil conversations. I fear that my emotions will make me lose, not because I would cave in, but rather because I would lash out and become an ugly version of myself. I thought, since you now hate my wife, that there is no going back, because I will be forcing you to re-accept her, and I will be forcing her to re-like you after you have given her the cold shoulder, the disgusted looks, and the utter forms of dismay and disapproval. I was wrong. This particular thought ate me alive. It concerned me. I was left with no options, no choices. Was left with a weird scenario of wife versus mother, which is sick if you think about it. Truth of the matter is that it's not a competition and it's not a battle. All I got to do is to be true to myself, to my values, and to let that guide me. I thought because you raised us and went through a lot of hardships to make our life better in every way, that we were indebted to you, and going against something you like will be a huge act of ungratefulness. But I was wrong, because you were a wonderful parent, and the lesson that I should have learned here is how to become a wonderful parent myself, and never to make my kids feel indebted to me for raising them the best I could. This past year, with all its twists and turns, have taught me a lot. It's time for me to leave the nest again, Mom. But this time, I leave it as a grown man, with a different mindset, different beliefs, a set of clear boundaries, emotional regulation, capability, and personal accountability. Please understand that the decision to return back to my wife and give it another try is my decision. If I choose to do so, it will be because I see that this is the best for me and for my family. As my mother, I expect you to want the best for me, without casting your own judgment. I appreciate you. I also want you to respect the grown man that you raised, and know that he is capable of making his own decisions and choosing what is best for him. Thank you for taking me in at a very low point in my life, when I had nowhere else to turn. I apologize for including you in all my problems. It wasn't fair to you. I should have handled it myself. Again, I just needed a wise opinion, more wise than my mind, a perspective to calm my heart and tame my ego. Mom, I want you to be a part of my life. Just know that my life isn't just mine. From the time I declared my vows, built a home, and had my first child, my life has become my family's life too. And I wish for you to remain a part of it. Please know that I will forever love you, appreciate you, and respect you. Your son. Short story by Amal Abul Hassan, Letter to Mama Bear.